Hi there, Drina Nibby here. Wanted to give you 5 action items that you can do today to help insulate your child from divorce or separation and living in 2 households when they were accustomed to living in one. So the first one is creating a transition backpack. There are a few things that you can put in this backpack. Number 1, a transition object. Perhaps this is a favorite stuffed animal, a favorite book, a favorite article of clothing or blanket, that type of thing that can go from house to house. A lot of times kids will tell me that they feel like they have to be 2 separate people, one for each house. This is a way to make them feel like they're the same person and they have access to some of the same things. The second thing you can put in there is a back and forth book. For co-parents that have trouble communicating, it can be a really good thing to have a back and forth notebook. A lot of times parents will tell me that they feel in the dark when their child spends time with the other parent. So you could put things like what activities were done during your parenting time, and your child could even draw pictures, and it could be kind of a fun diary to keep as the child gets older. The third thing you can keep in there is a calendar. Kids really like to know what's coming up next. And so not only could you keep a calendar of your parenting time schedule, but you could also put in things like school dates, school functions, play dates, doctor's appointments, therapy appointments, that kind of thing in there so that the child has it and you have it for later documentation. And then that way it also takes you out of the middle of having to keep track of the schedule for another parent. So that's my second piece of advice. My second action item in this list is to create your own relationship with your child's caregivers. Oftentimes schools will go to the person that's most responsive and calls them back the most. And they won't really think about making 2 separate phone calls. However, that doesn't get you out of having to be responsible and carry 2 different relationships. So call the school. Let them know you're interested in what your child is doing and check in with them frequently. Let them have your email address. A lot of times it's easier between classes for teachers to write you a quick email about what they're seeing. So that's my second action item. The third action item is to create a new family story. I'm very particular about the language that goes into this new family story. I like to use positive, empowering voice without any language that is in the negative. For instance, if you say, I wish to have my family be really nice to each other. Okay, so 2 things wrong with that statement. Wish. Well, if you say you're going to wish it, you're going to keep wishing it. How about you make it happen today and have the language reflect it happening today? And then the second thing with that statement is to be nice. I really like to understand what being nice is. You say it, I say it, someone else says it, and we might all mean different things. So how does nice look? How does it taste? How does it smell? Engaging all of your 6 senses. Okay. The fourth thing that you can do and take action on is creating kind of a routine around coming back and leaving to go to the other house. So when it comes to this, a lot of times kids will have what's called transition behavior. Transition behavior can be quite hard to navigate, but if you let your child have what I call space time, they will learn a little bit more about how to control their own nervous system and verbalize how they're feeling. So be able to tell you what's going on with them. So perhaps you let them read for a half hour whenever they get home, or before they leave they read the transition story, something like that, or the new family story. And then the fifth thing, take care of yourself. When it comes to a new divorce or separation, it can leave us feeling really depleted. Not only our feelings and our energy, but resources depleting in the forms of money and time. Make sure to make yourself a priority. So those are my 5 tips. Thanks so much.